Welcome to Web Studio D. We're going to check out some coloring in Photoshop. This is Blaster from Code of Edoc. As you can see, we've gone ahead and scanned in the sketch, dropped it into Photoshop, and used the filter Sketch plus Stamp, which cleans up the lines. And we'll come back with an eraser and come back with a pencil and clean up the lines more. Once that's done, we'll take away and make the background transparent. And then begin the coloring process. We'll put in a new layer and immediately do the old crayon number where we'll color in between the lines and do fill. And once that's completed, we're going to go ahead and put another layer in place. And this time we're going to drop in a color for contrast so we can see what we're doing. Once that's done, we'll select one of the two colors, in this case that amber color, and we'll use a tint and a shade. I like marking in monochromatic to begin with. In this case, it's the color plus white and the color plus black, just to go ahead and start defining the shapes of the body. Once the shapes of the body are put in place, I also like to play around with a filter or a brush or a texture. In this case, whoops, there it goes real quick. It gives a little bit of crustiness. Then I'll come back with my round brush with a soft edge to it. And I will redefine a little bit of the highlight and a little bit of the shadow. So give it a little bit of realism, a little bit of feeling to the character. Once that's done, I like to go ahead and start looking at what else needs to happen. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and lighten up the eyes. And I'm also going to start defining the color of the tongue. This gives a little bit more realism, a little bit more candy feel, a little bit more fun to the character. And I like that color of the tongue so much, I go ahead and use that. And add that as a shadow. Now I could use 1,000 colors, but I like simplicity. And I like to define what I can using the simplest method possible. Once that's done, we'll go after his blaster jets on below. Use some, again, tint and shade to give it some texture and some feeling. And then come back with a eraser and start taking out some of the detail and giving a little more three-dimensionality. Once that's done, put in another layer. And thank you, Jack Kirby, for our dots there, for our energy. And once that's done, we'll go ahead and start cleaning up one more time the background, add in another layer. Go ahead and use some particle smoke to give it a something fun to look at, something contrasting in color. Once that's done, come back with a black, actually it's the dark purple, and pull the character off. And there we have it, Blaster in all his glory. This is for Code of Edoc, which you can be found at codeofedoc.com. And this is for the second chapter. The first chapter is running. Hope you enjoyed it. Check with Web Studio D again soon.